Hey guys, this is the fourth fucking time I'm attempting this. First two times I went over and it's made second files. The third time I was just interrupted by my dog. She wouldn't quit whining. Well, one thing was Lily. She had her babies early, two babies early, and they both passed away. And I've had to deal with that over the past 36 hours, plus sleep in those times. And it's been really hell. And she's whining, and of course she's a mother. She wants to know where her kids are, and I had to take them out of her mouth one by one. Take them out, I had to take them out of her mouth. And it hurts me so bad. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt for her. But I begged my family to help me get my females fixed. I have for years. No help at all. Anyways, let me start again. I'm going to try to be fast this time. I might not make sense. Just try to keep up. Sorry. I've been uploading videos to YouTube, but they're in private or unlisted. It's there for my protection. It's there for when I need it. Not only is it physically on my computer, it's physically on an SD card that is I've got this SD card on its way to a different place. It could be in the United States, and it could be any country in the world, because I have viewers and friends in lots of different countries. I've got friends on every continent, okay? Except for Antarctica. There's not that many people down in Antarctica that get on YouTube and do shit, so don't have no friends in Antarctica. But anyways, it's not headed to Antarctica, but that SD card with some very, 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 very important videos on it is headed somewhere in the world. And so I'm using a new SD card. Anyways, so yes, I'm smoking. I don't want to hear shit about it, please. I don't want to hear shit about it. I don't care who you are. You could be 70 or you could be 12. Please don't say anything about my fucking smoking. So I'm going to just kind of sum up all these videos that I've been uploading. I'm going to try to sum it up all up for you, for the public, in the best way possible. I'm not going to put lipstick on it, but I'm not going to say all of everything, what I mean? The tip of the iceberg is this much, and then the rest of the huge iceberg's down here, this much out of water. This is what you're going to get. Alright, from birth to 10, I was abused heavily. My mother was abused heavily. My brother was abused. My brother wasn't abused as much as my mother and me by my father. Emotionally, physically, mentally, everything you can think of. At 10, they took my mom to court. Court ordered her into rehab. She was not sick. Stop it! Stardust! She was not sick. She was not a drunk. She was not a druggie. She did not. It was done so her rights would be taken away. And at the very same time, my father signed his rights away as well. They took us, put us in a home with these people, me and my brother. And then the judge ordered me, or kind of forced me into choosing at 10 years old, for me and my brother, who was 7 at the time, 6 and a half, 7 at the time, forced me to choose. Do you and your brother want to live with these people, or do you and your brother want to be put into foster care and possibly split up? So, not very hard decision there. I had to choose to go with these people to stay with my brother. I realized that was a horrible place to be. I saw the evil, it was just a bad place. These people had money. There was everything you could think of, but it was a bad place to be. Not a proper place to raise children. Anyways, after about a year and a half there, I said, I'm done. So I did something to get me kicked out. My grandmother took me in at 11 and a half. Her and my grandfather became my legal guardians. He became my physician. My grandfather became my physician as well. I told him about my abuse from 0 to 10 and the abuse at these people's house, and none of that was noted in my notes, medical records. I started having mental health problems worse, and I tried to commit suicide several times, many times, and none of that's noted. I begged for help mentally, for medication. I knew it was something wrong. I didn't know it was anxiety back then. I didn't know it was so severe social anxiety back then. I didn't know it was just anxiety and PTSD and all these other issues that I've got. I didn't know that. My doctor, my grandpa, only said in my notes, overweight, depression, prescribing amitriptyline. So I begged for help mentally, for medicine. I begged for pills. I don't like pills, but I begged for pills. I was like, help, help, help. Please, something's wrong. I missed hundreds of days of school. Something is wrong. And they knew it. As a physician, he should have known it. No, but they never pursued, except for once I was 12. They took me to a psychiatrist in Texarkana. He had red curly hair. He looked like a fucking clown. I'm scared of clowns. He looked like a child molester. I couldn't handle it. Shut up now. And Lily, you screwed up my last video. Stop whining. Go outside. I'm sorry. And Stardust, hush. I was scared of him, so I didn't want to talk to him. But I told him I wanted to talk to a woman because I didn't want to be around a man. I've been molested by males. I didn't want to be around a man. I wasn't comfortable being around a man and talking to a man. They never pursued it, never took me back to just a therapist, never took me to another psychiatrist, anything like that. So I begged for help. I needed help. And then through the years, in my teen years, missed hundreds of days of school. Let's see here. Oh, that's a good one. Missed hundreds of days of school. I'm fixing to throw this over there. My dog is over the gate, but if she whines again, I'm going to do this to maybe keep it quiet because I need to make this video. And so I never got help. So I left at 18, moved to Oklahoma. Then moved back to Hot Springs, got a really good job, and came down with gallstones. I begged them to let me have the surgery in the city, big city, so I wouldn't have a complication, you know, probably. But they forced me to have it in a rural hospital over in Nashville, very county hospital, rural, small. There was a botch. Now, I blame this on my grandparents. I begged them to not let me do it over there. I begged them to take me to Hot Springs, to the big city, you know, where I lived. I begged them to let it happen, the surgery happen where I lived, not there in Nashville. They chose to not ignore me and they chose to ignore me and made me do it over there in Nashville. Well, there was a botch. I laid at their house for 6 days, dying. Him being my physician, her being a nurse, them being my grandparents, they should have known something was wrong and took me right back to the hospital after a couple of days of me dying. I was in pain and it was just horrible. They never did. So at the 6th day when I was almost dead, they finally took me back. And I had emergency surgery and luckily saved my life. I was in ICU for a while. I was in the hospital for weeks. Then after I came out of the hospital, I had a tube and a bag hanging out of me for over 8 weeks. I lost my job. 6 weeks after the surgery, I lost my job because I couldn't return to work. I couldn't return to work with a bag, something hanging out of my stomach, you know. Nobody gonna take me back to work with that, you know. So, lost my job. Everything I had wrong with me went from here that was manageable, and then after the second after the botch and after the second life-saving surgery, everything went up here. And finally, doc started prescribing me anxiety, you know, stuff for anxiety and all this kind of stuff. And finally, but none of that shit was noted from 0 to 10, and then the time at the people's houses, and then my teen years that I lived, or 12. Pretty much 11 half, 12 to 18 that I lived with my grandparents. Nothing was noted except for overweight, depressing, amitriptyline. Nothing mentally. So they tell me, because I need money to live, whatever. Okay, first of all, after I was back healthy, I moved back up to Oklahoma, Arkansas line, tried to work, couldn't. Grandma calls me, wants me to come back, live with them, wants me to be in this town for them, for their, you know, to help them out in their final days. And I love them, so I moved back. I don't like this town. I was bullied heavily at this school from the time of 4th grade until the end of half of 7th grade. Had a mental breakdown. This town is not a good town. It's evil. It's the devil. The people here are not the nicest people. Not everybody's bad, but most of the people here are not nice. The police are not a good police department. Everything is wrong. Court system's wrong. Everything is wrong in this town. I wouldn't choose to move back here to live here there's nothing here for me but my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't move back to be a person in this town. I moved back to be here for my grandparents. I get told by her months ago, not even months ago, but I get told by her, I'm no longer needed, I'm no longer wanted, they don't need me to be here for them in their final days, this and that. She told me my grandpa never loved me. My grandpa didn't even like me, really. Ever. Never has. That broke my heart. Her telling me she didn't need me, that broke my heart. And so I'm stuck in this town, like prisoner in this town, in this building. This building needs maintenance. They would never help me with maintenance. There's a problem with the thing out back. My front door's been broke for 2 years. Haven't had TV in 4 years. Haven't had a cell phone in 2 years. Haven't had enough money to even buy a new package of underwear in over 3 years. And that was me saving a little bit of money to get those new underwear 3 years ago. I haven't had any money to do anything. You know, I'm going to use reference. I haven't been in the movies in years. I haven't been to sit down to eat in years. You know, that's just reference. Those two little reference things. These are things normal folk do on a monthly basis. They'll go to see a movie, or, you know, a $7 ticket to see a movie, or they'll go out to eat and have a $14, $15 meal, sit down and eat, have a nice meal. You know what I'm saying? These are things I've not been afforded to be able to do in a long fucking time. Years. Alright? And at this point, they don't want me. They say the family doesn't like me, love me anymore. Blah, blah, blah. They don't need me. Okay, that's it. I'm gone. So I figured out a way. I was like, you know, I can't take care of myself. I cannot provide for I can take care of myself. I can physically take care of myself, physically. But I can't provide money for myself. I can't provide for myself. They know that. My grandparents know that. My father knows that. They agreed to that on camera. They said, yes, we know we're your only lifeline, Jesse. We know we're the only ones that can help you. And they are wealthy, so they should be able to help me. If they were poor, I wouldn't expect it at all from them. But since they are wealthy and they have contributed to all this mess, I do need the help from them. And I've tried to get on disability. They say get on disability. I go to get on disability. The guy and I write all the information from my raising, from, you know, when I first started remembering to that day. I can't make a fucking video without something coming up and being a fucking problem, pissing me off. I'm not happy. This is the 4th time. Anyways, so I go to get on disability. The doctor's like, none of this is noted in your notes. You haven't had problems when you was a kid. You didn't have problems when you were a teen. Nothing's noting in your notes. Get denied. Get denied. So I can't live off the government. I don't want to be a government leech, you know. I don't want to be somebody that lives off the government. But that was there, put in place by the government for people like me that have serious issues and cannot provide for themselves. It's only like $560, $600 a month. That's a shitty living. That's like government housing and living off food stamps. That's like a shitty living. I wouldn't be able to pay for my insurance on my vehicle. I wouldn't be able to pay for taxes. Whatever. I still can't even get on that. So anyways, I hold them responsible for a lot of things. I'm not a lazy fucking person. I don't want to leech off my family. That's not it. I don't want to live in under the poverty line. Like, people that live on government assistance have a better living of life than I do. I promise you that they do. And I can't get on disability. So my wealthy grandparents, I expect them to help me because they contributed to all this bullshit. All of my issues, the never getting me the right proper medication, never helping me with the therapist, him being my doctor, never helping me at all. Never helping, never helping. So they're contributed factors for all this bullshit that's led up to my issues. The surgery, the botch, you know, the almost dying, all that bullshit. My level of my everything being up here on a scale, and me getting no help and can't get help. So I spoke with my grandmother, and they're playing games with each other. My grandpa's playing games with my grandma. My grandma's playing games with my dad. My grandma's playing games with my grandpa. My grandpa's playing games with my dad. My dad's playing games with my grandma. It's all a fucking circle up there. And she agreed to this amount 2 times on the phone, and then once to my face, this amount of money they were going to help me with for, you know, an extended period of my life. You know, this is how much money I was going to get for each month or whatever. We'd agreed upon it. And I asked her 3 times, are you sure this amount? And she said, yes. Okay. Well, then she calls me yesterday and she says, not this amount. I'm sorry, I can't do this amount. We can only give you this amount. And this amount would have made me live, my life would have been, I could pay my bills, I could save money for taxes on my Jeep, I could save money for taxes if I bought the house. I would have money saved up in case I needed a new tire or if I don't know, anything that comes up you can think of, an emergency, I would have the money put back to save for an emergency. This much money now? No. This wouldn't even cover fucking rent where I'm going to move, okay? Lily, I'm serious, I'm done. This amount of money would not cover rent where I'm going. Much less an emergency, much less a tire on my vehicle if it blew out, or any kind of taxes that I'll have to pay, insurance on my Jeep. This wouldn't help me at all. This wouldn't even pay rent. I would still be I would still have all this much more to pay for, you know. And it's they don't want me in town, they don't need my help. Okay, I'm done, I'm gone. Period. I'm gone. So I'm moving, and I am going to move. They want me to stay here. They said, we'll fix what's problem out back. We'll fix your leaks. We'll fix the mold. We'll get you TV. We'll get you a cell phone. We'll give you money to spend. Blah, blah, blah. We'll fix your door. I don't know if I said fix my door. We'll fix your door. This, that, and the other. All this shit that needed to be happening for the past 3 years. Okay? 3-4 years. It's never happened. No help whatsoever. Right? I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be held prisoner in this town anymore. And I am being held prisoner in this town. I am. I'm being held prisoner here under control of my grandparents. My grandmother specifically. But my grandparents and my dad. They're holding control over me. And it's not going to happen anymore. I'm done. So, yesterday I blew up. I did. I blew up. And I showed my hand. My entire hand except for one card. So I showed my entire hand except for this card right here. Okay? I can't do it really well. This card right here, the pinky card, this is probably the ace in the hole or whatever. I haven't showed this fucking card yet, but I've showed the rest of them, alright? But once I show that card, it's over with, done, over with. So I told them they need to figure out, especially my grandma, I think I was being recorded, the phone call, so I made sure to speak about everybody. I made sure to speak about who was sitting around me. I made sure to speak to my grandfather if he was listening. I made sure to speak to my aunts if they were listening, my cousins if they were listening, whatever. But I said, that's it. I'm done. No more fucking games. I even included my brother. No more enabling. No more games. It's over with. You figure out this right here. If you can't figure out this right here, I'm going to show my last card. And that last card's going to be a blow to your hand. A blow to your chips. If you get what I'm saying. And I don't want to have to do that. But if I flip that fucking pinky card over, finito. So, I'm very upset, not happy, got the weight of the world on my fucking shoulders, got stress out the ass. I'm crazy, not crazy. I'm not physically crazy, mentally crazy, no. But I've been driven fucking crazy by my family. And they don't even fucking care. They don't even fucking care. They don't. They don't care. So, I'm not just some fucking guy who wants to live off of his family. I'm not a fucking leech like some people have called me. None of that shit. I'm not fucking lazy. I'm not lazy. I would work if I could. Who would want to live under the poverty line? Who would not want to be able to buy their own fucking underwear? Okay? You catch my drift? I don't choose to have to live this way. But I can't work. And it's a given. It's a medical given that I can't work. The medicine I take alone, every medicine I take except for one has stickers on the sides. Red stickers, yellow stickers. Do not operate machinery. Don't drive a car. Don't, it's dangerous. If I took my medicine and went to work, I could cut my finger off or something, If I worked in a factory cutting up chickens, which I don't think I could do because I'm a vegetarian, pretty much a vegetarian now. I don't think I can cut up fucking chickens. But that's a sharp ass knife, I can see myself slitting my fucking fingers off. And anyways, I gave them an option. I said, you've got to figure something out at this point. You've got to figure something out. I'm dying here. I'm fucking dying here. And I'm not going to stay here. I'm not staying here anymore. I am moving. And there's many reasons why I'm moving to the city or close to the city. But I was like, that's it. These games are over. There's no more I'm not playing these fucking games anymore. These games have been going on far longer than I've been alive. Okay? My dad was turned into an absolute Tasmanian fucking devil. Okay? And nobody ever did anything at all. And I'm done. I'm just done. Jesse's over with. And my family, if you're seeing this, good. You need to know. Shit is fixing to hit, like Thor's hammer is about to come down. And if Thor's hammer, the pinky hammer, like Thor is so strong he can hold that hammer with his pinky. And just plop that hammer down and shit just scatters and blows up. I don't want to have to do that. So, you family watching, you know you contributed to this as well. You didn't do a fucking thing for 10 years to your dad, or to your brother, or to your nephew. You didn't do a damn thing to stop him at all. So I ain't got no time for you either. So that's that. I'm moving, and they're gonna help me move. I don't care if it's my dad. I don't care if it's my dad and my grandma. I don't care if it's just my grandma. I don't care if it's my dad, my grandma, and my grandfather. They're all responsible in each way. They've all got their response. They've made the mess. You can't just make a mess and discard it. It's my life. Okay? It's my fucking life that's been completely ruined. It's completely fucking ruined. It is. And the only way I can try to rise above the ruin and out of the ashes, I've got to get the fuck out of this county for one thing. This county, I need to get away. I need to get closer to the city where there's 60,000 people, 45,000 people, something like, I don't know how many people live there, but I want to live on the outskirts to get cable internet, fast internet, have a fenced-in yard for my dogs. That's all I want, you know, and a cell phone and TV so I can actually watch the fucking news, you know, and weather. But I'm done. I'm not playing games anymore. There's no more fucking games. At this point, it's like help me, like you told me, you promised me to my face and twice on the phone, help me, or this is how much I'm gonna get. This is what I'm going for. I'm going all in. Malpractice for 10, 20, pretty much 21 years. Well, I don't know, 20 years, 15 years, 20 years, something like that, you know. Yeah, so I'm done. I'm over. I want to fucking take a shower. I want to wash clothes. I can't. I can, but it means that I'm just going to stab them in the heart and give them, they'll get a fine. But alright, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I haven't been able to be on, but I'm going through some heavy shit right now. Weight of the world is on my shoulders. And I got my pistol right here. My door's locked, and I'm scared. I am scared. Just to let you know I am scared. Because you don't know what certain people are capable of. I'm just going to say certain people are capable of a lot of things around here. And I've got my pistol, and I'm ready. I'm at the ready. Okay? It is that crazy and that bad. So, I just wanted you to see this. I'm not ignoring anybody. I just got a lot of shit on my shoulders. A lot of stuff going on up here. I gotta figure shit out. And then I'll be back. But I can't guarantee when that'll be, okay? I love you guys all over the world. I got friends all over the world. I love you all to stick with me. Peace. I love you, and I hope to see you soon.